What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. G-Eazy is back with his sophomore album titled When It's Dark Out. First off, if you look at the cover, he's wearing a jacket that says these things happen when it's dark out. So that's an indicator to me that this album is basically a continuation. And when I finally listened, I definitely got it. I wrote about this on DJ Booth, so I won't go in depth about it, but you can read that in the description below. But basically, these things happen was G-Eazy kind of, dipping his foot into fame. Like if you look at fame as like a pool, he's kind of dipping his foot into that on the album, but he's not really in it yet. And then afterward, he kind of submerges himself, and that's where this album picks up. If you anybody that's ever swam and been submerged, you can't last that long in there. It's not necessarily the best feeling either. It's uncomfortable, and that's what this album is. This album is honest, it's dark, and it's uncomfortable. G-Eazy is trying to adjust to fame. The first single was Me, Myself, and I, and it was talking about how he doesn't have moments to himself anymore. He's always got to be G-Eazy, and sometimes he wants to be Gerald. Have a personal life, a private life, and it's hard when you're an artist of that caliber. And so I looked at it like that, and I like the fact that he kind of, before that record came on, he had this record called Random. Random is pretty much like this album's I Mean It. In the sense that, he's very boastful, he's braggadocious, stuff of that nature. But he says that him making it as an artist was not random. That it was actually, he planned it. He knew this was gonna happen. And so it's interesting to have that record, and then the next record is kind of, sinking low, like, I don't have, privacy and all this stuff. The album is very extraordinary to me, I feel. I just think he described the production as like Tim Burton meets Wes Craven. If they were going to team up together to produce like a horror movie, a thriller, and, they needed like the instrumental, the music to it, this is kind of what they'd be going for, and that's what G-Eazy wants to accomplish, and I think he does. Kind of going back into like the just being personal. Like he has a record called Sad Boy, which I kind of separated as him. He's talking to himself, and I separated because G-Eazy's the rapper, Gerald is the person, behind all of that. And so G-Eazy the rapper is kind of talking to Gerald the person, like, why are you sad? Why are you not enjoying this? This is everything that you wanted. Remember, we had to grind hard to get this, and now that we got it, how are you going to be sad and depressed? And I thought that was like a really cool concept, just talking to himself about it. But it's also interesting, like, G-Eazy the rapper can't understand why Gerald can't enjoy it, because G-Eazy the rapper he doesn't experience both sides. Gerald the person, he experiences both sides. He's Gerald when he's not on stage. He's G-Eazy when he's on stage. You gotta separate the two, and I think that's why that record exists. There's two sides to him. The other record I really wanted to highlight was Everything Will Be Okay. I feel like this might be the most. He said it's the most honest record that he ever wrote, and I feel like it might be one of the most honest records of the year. It's very chilling. The first two verses aren't as deep as the third. The first two verses are kind of dealing with like friends and family, as he's becoming more famous and stuff. But the third verse takes a turn back in time. I believe it was like 2004, 2005. He's telling a story about someone that he was involved with, and trying to help, and how he found her in like the basement. She was lifeless from, I believe it was pills, he said. And just the way he articulated like the story was chilling. It gave me goosebumps. Like I was very impressed with the record. I thought it was I don't know. I'm kind of speechless thinking about the record. Like, how do you describe this record? I think everybody that's watching this review definitely has to listen to that record. If you don't want to listen to the whole album, that's fine, but definitely listen to that record. I think it's a masterpiece. Um, and that's all I can say about that one. Um, the one thing that I didn't like, and I'm surprised that this is the only thing that I didn't like. It was called Order More. I feel like the hook is bad on it. It sounds like a regular, I don't know, like a regular fit in record, like a regular type of turn up record. And that's the first of two on the album, because the other one is You Got Me, and that was a record he did with Southside, and I feel like that one sounds more like a G-Eazy record, and Order More sounds like he's trying to, a little bit, maybe just on the hook side, fit in with, what sounds popular today. But You Got Me, I remember when it came out, and he talked about how it became like a fan favorite, so he put it on the album simply because of that. But yeah, G-Eazy, he took the right step, to make When It's Dark Out the perfect continuation from These Things Happen. His debut album wondered what fame will be like, but now he's had a taste of fame, and that's what this album really boils down to. At the end of the day, it's dark, it's honest, it's beautiful, it's conflicted, it's all these different adjectives you can use to describe it. But I'm going to throw in 3 questions to get the conversation sparked in the comments below. What did you think of G-Eazy getting more personal on this album? He definitely dove deep into, being personal. So I want to know what you think about that. I talked about this earlier. So does the production fit like the idea of, Tim Burton meets Wes Craven? Let me know. And lastly, do you think this was a successful follow-up to his debut album? So once listen to the album, go in the comments, respond to those questions, talk about whatever pertaining to the album, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video, follow me on Twitter at sermonsdomain. Go read my review on djbooth.net. The link is in the description. And as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. And until next time, peace.